Well, hello everybody. Today I'd like to talk to us about the great sin in the world that's going on right now, and there's no judgment against it. In fact, it's rewarded. The greater a sinner a person is, the richer he becomes. That's very different from the Old Testament. You know, remember Sodom and Gomorrah, judgment on wicked sin, and Nadab and Abihu that rebelled against Moses, immediate judgment on sin. Well, what's happening? That's what we want to talk about. Before we start, I want to show you a chart that comes from Bloomfield, Arthur Bloomfield's book on Revelation. Now you can make a copy of this chart, and it's worthwhile studying it. It explains a lot of things. You notice the rapture is right here. For 3.5 years, the four seals, the four horsemen, are opened and revealed, including the white horseman is preaching the gospel to the whole world. And that's proven by Habakkuk chapter 3. Now, 3.5 years, tribulation saints are being killed, stored up under the altar in heaven. And then we have the resurrection after 3.5 years. Then comes 7 years. Daniel chapter 12, 11 and 12 describe 7 years of persecution against Israel. And then, of course, you have the two witnesses at the end. Persecution by Antichrist against the Jewish nation, and the return of Christ in the Battle of Armageddon while it's going on. Down here, you can see the 7 seals. And notice the last seal is actually after the 3.5 year time. And then that last seal has 7 trumpets that are bringing devastation and death on the wicked. So you can make a copy of this, and it helps understand what's going on. But what about the great sin that we are seeing right now? There's some things that come to mind. First of all, we think about Putin over in Russia, declaring war on Ukraine. Why is he doing that? Well, he wants to be a big man. He wants to restore the Russian Empire. He wants to be a hero. He's killing thousands of Ukrainian citizens just for his lust for power and recognition. Kind of reminds us of Hitler, who did the same thing. That's going on right now. Great sin. Then we got the cartels in South America. They grow, process, package, and sell illegal drugs to American citizens, killing them off, a lot of them. They are so violent that the Mexican army and all the policemen in Mexico can't control it. They'll kill off anybody that attacks them. We also have massive corruption in government. You can see that being portrayed right now in the news. We also have massive voter fraud going on. Now, I'm from California. In California, voter fraud is an established procedure, and they're proud of it. Open, exists. And of course, you know the last presidential election, what happened due to voter fraud. Now we have another sin called open borders. Keep the borders open so that millions of illegal immigrants can come in, plus all the terrorists, plus all the drugs. Right now, the terrorists setting up terrorist cells to do America in, all because that's presidential policy. We've also had recent massive college demonstrations against Israel trying to defend their country against Hamas, which killed 1,400 of their citizens, chopped the heads off of 40 babies. Well, these children, these college kids demonstrating against Israel are in favor of that. That's a huge sin. Where's the judgment on that? Now, I want to share with you an article in the Sword of the Lord, recent, by Liberty Counsel. Do you know that the PLO has promised every terrorist that participated in killing of Jews on 10/7 a lifetime pension? Where do they get all this money? From America. Where does America get this money? From our tax dollars, hard-working tax dollars. The government takes them and gives it to our enemies. Huge sin. Now, Biden initially said, oh yeah, we're behind you, this is really great, we're your friend. But now he's changed his mind. He's angrily declaring that Netanyahu must stop the war. Well, why? Because he has designated $100 million of our tax money to be given to Hamas and the PLO. $100 million designated. He wants a rocket tax to continue against Israel like it was before the war. This policy sounds a lot like Obama. He said he was a Christian, he lied to us. He's really a Muslim. All this sin, not being punished. The wicked are going unpunished at this time. We wonder why. This reminds us of Habakkuk chapter 1. I'll read that. Chapter 1. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out to thee of violence, thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For the spoiling and violence are before me, and they are there that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked. Judgment does never go forth. For the wicked does compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeds. So he's crying out to the Lord for justice on the wickedness in his nation. So God does come to him and answer his prayer and describe how the Babylonians are going to attack Israel, take them captive. That punishment is so severe that in chapter 3, he actually cries, Lord, Lord, have mercy, have mercy. It's amazing. Well, we wonder. We know that God has a plan and he's going to punish the wicked. We can prove that with several verses. Job chapter 21, verse 30. The wicked are reserved for the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Proverbs 16, verse 4. The Lord has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked, for the day of evil. 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust to the day of judgment to be punished. 2 Peter 3:7. The heavens and earth turn now by the same word I kept in store reserved unto fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So God promises that judgment is coming. And we're going to read more about that in future videos. In my lifetime, I've never seen such wickedness in the world and in my own country as I see now. I think it's so great that even a good president, if he was elected, in spite of voter fraud, probably couldn't turn things around. And another fact that Hamas is fulfilling Psalm 83 is a sure sign that the Lord is coming soon with the rapture. So, we're going to study about the 7 trumpets, and the wickedness is going to be destroyed. So, it makes you think that the God is reserving the wicked to the day of judgment at this time. Well, praise the Lord, judgment is coming, and I think it's coming soon, in our lifetime. So thank you very much. We really appreciate comments and viewers. Appreciate every one of you. So we'll see you next week with another video on the first trumpet. Lord bless. Bye-bye.